An earth fault caused today's power outage. Can you explain in simple terms what happened and why it led to such a widespread failure?
Definitely. First of all, before I go into the questions and answers, I'd like to apologise to our customers because it is not the intention of anybody to have a power outage of this magnitude. What happened? An earth fault developed on one of our cables feeding the Marina Club. Okay. And obviously there was reports of smoke coming out of a particular manhole. That caused an earth fault onto the engine, which transmitted from engine number 4 to engine number 5 and engine number 6. So obviously they all went out. Immediately we rushed to the control room to see exactly what was going on. Mm-hmm. And I think it's suffice to say that at the time I was in a Teams meeting with MAN from Germany, speaking about the outages and see how we can add more resilience to our system to avoid outages.
And the opposition leader asked in Parliament whether faults like this can be isolated. Is that possible to stop one fault?
Depending on the magnitude of the fault. If you get a small fault, okay, we have what we call the IFLS, which will start switching off certain areas first, mm-hmm. Okay, so we don't have a widespread power outage. So we can avoid it at times, but if we have a major fault, like in this instance, it will reflect back on the power station. We need to investigate and see what other measures we can put in place to avoid that in future.
And can you speed up how electricity returns to homes?
Sometimes you can, but there are times that you have to carry out everything in a safe manner and to restore power supplies as safely as possible. Remember that when a power outage occurs, we convene at the power station and there are teams sent out at the field to be ready just in case a particular switchgear does not engage remotely. Yeah. So obviously we're all out there. Mainly I may be at the control room or even out on site. It all depends how many people are available at the time. But again, today's outage, we had people out on site. We had to rely on starting up our emergency power plant at the south, which we did. Once we were able to engage, we transferred the power to the power station, started our engines up, linked up, and started energizing the customers.
Yeah. The Chief Minister said Gibraltar is an electricity island and will never get to zero power cuts.
Right. What is an island mode? Island mode or electricity on island mode means that you are working on your own. Okay. We have no other power stations, we have no other grid to depend on. If we were connected to the European grid or to the Moroccan grid, if you like, mm-hmm. Okay, then we have another setting point that we can reflect to. If you're on island mode, you're on your own. So if it goes down, everything goes down. Mm-hmm. That is basically what it is. There's island mode and there is grid parallel mode, which is for European grid or any other grid that's available.
Are there better, this is a question because I don't know much about electricity, is there a better system that we could have than this one? Because obviously this one doesn't seem to be working very well.
No, it is working, and it's doing exactly what it's meant to do. If there is a danger out there, it switches everything off. Mm-hmm. You're at home, for example, okay, and say you are part of your electricity at home just fails. Mm-hmm. Depending what measures you have in place, depending what you lose. If it's an old installation, you might just lose your socket. But if it's the latest installation with the latest, what we call RCDs, you may lose your whole house, your whole electricity to the house. So we have emergency equipment in place that will shut down to safeguard the engines or the equipment that's out on the field.
What about the appliances of people at home, restaurants? For them, their main worry and priority will be that. How is that going to be safeguarded?
Right. What I would recommend, okay, and it's now on the electricity regulations, is for the customers to have a surge protection installed on their consumer units, mm-hmm. whereby any surge in power will be picked up by your the unit itself, okay, and diverted to earth, so it will not affect any appliances. So surge protection devices should be installed in every household.
Excellent. Well, something to know. And finally, a full report by Monday is going to be asked for in a wider stakeholder meeting on Tuesday. What happens now?
Well, we are already preparing the report for the Minister, and we'll answer to any questions the Minister has, and obviously we will have to put mitigating circumstances in place so we can avoid having any outages.
And a third party is also going to be...
At the moment,
assisting?
I will be on my own with the team and talking to the Minister.
Okay.
I can't really say about the third parties.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Stanley
Thank you.
Antoniou, the Acting CEO of the Electricity Authority.